obviously know I'm a little late to this, so I'm just going to read what I have. So basically, there's been a lot of talk, or I guess not really recently, more like in the past couple weeks, or that at least from what I've seen, that Deku is really powerful. And as someone who used to watch My Hero, I don't doubt that. The fucking kid was a prodigy after ingesting some hair. I think he would be powerful or something like that. I don't know. Basically, there's a lot of people saying how, like, Deku beats JJK. You know, Deku solo's your favorite verse. And that got me thinking, sure, he might solo JJK. You never know. Actually, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have a way to get past Infinity unless he breaks space or something. Sukuna and him versus Sukuna would be close, despite what everybody says. You can see it, but I haven't viewed My Hero Academia since 2020. So, a lot of him has changed. And it got me thinking, well, maybe he does solo a lot of verses like, Jujutsu Kaisen, Fullmetal Alchemist, and, some verses like that, But it got me thinking, he's not getting past the Hellsing verse. But he would get decently far. We're going to go over, we're going to go from character scaling here, basically, from characters that he's turning into mush to Deku being the one that's turned into mush. Also, I'm going to only do characters that could probably hold their own against Deku for at least a little bit. So, with not an army, so no Pip, no Maxwell, just characters and, just characters that on their own could probably at least withstand Deku a bit. But first, we're also going to go over, where Deku is currently at based on Google, which is what I did, all I did was Google certain things for this review, and that's it. So, from what I've gathered from Google is that Deku obviously, has a great deal of durability and immense strength, obviously. Basically, everything that he got in Season 1 from the, ingesting All Might's hair, which was fucking weird, by the way. But as he progressed, through the stories, he's gotten a whip, a spidey sense type of ability. He's also got the ability to levitate, immense speed, and the ability to make a smoke cloud. At least that's what Google says. So we're going to go over to the list, starting with... Alright, so as much as I love Integra for being, a really badass character overall, she's not making it far. She is just a regular-ass woman, so Deku wouldn't even need any of his abilities. Yeah, Integra is really good with swords and can shoot and has immense accuracy and stuff like that, but Deku can just eat that shit, so, Integra's not gonna last long. Next up is the Major. I know this kind of breaks my own rules, but fuck you, it's my video, I can do whatever the hell I want. So the Major is just basically a fat ass... What would work? He's a fat anti-Semitic guy. What work? Oops, so I can't do it anymore. Yeah, so the Major is just a fat-ass anti-Semitic German general from World War II who has a massive boner for war. Like, this dude probably beats his shit to World War I stunts for relaxation and sleep. Anyway, yeah, the only reason he would last longer is because he is a half cyborg from an incident during World War II. I mean, yeah, he got shot he survived getting shot from a fucking tank shell long enough to give one of his long-ass monologues. So before dying, so Deku would probably have to hit him a lot harder in order to damage him. Or kill him, I guess, since that's what we're going off of. Alright, so the Captain. The Captain is one of Major's, right-hand men, basically. But yeah, the Captain doesn't do much, except he's a silent werewolf guy. Except he's one of the silent, edgy guys that's also a werewolf. And that's basically all he does. He's just... He stays silent, does werewolf shit, and die. But I do think he would last longer, because the only way he can be killed is with is by silver. But it could be, any amount of silver. Deku could find a fucking silver nickel on the ground, shove that shit in that dude's heart, and he'd be dead. Like, if he can get killed by a silver tooth, then yeah, Deku could probably find some silver and make quick work of his ass. But he would last longer because, like I said, can only be killed by silver, and he's extremely durable. Like Ceres and Pip struggled against him, and that was awakened vampire Ceres. So, yeah. All right, now we're really getting into the meat of shit. So Ceres, who is the main girl in Hellsing, was actually is the first character that has like an actual pretty good shot at beating Deku. I think he actually should win, because not only does Ceres have both literally and figuratively extreme firepower because of her arsenal of big-ass weapons that both the Hellsing organization and Pip have given her. She also has, and we're talking like awakened vampire Ceres, not fucking baby Ceres that we saw at the start of the series, where she refused to drink blood. Yeah. She could actually beat Deku, like, pretty badly. But I don't think she'd reduce Deku to a puddle. She'd probably, like, I don't know, give him the Gojo treatment at, like, the worst fatality. At least she'd probably just, like, stab his heart or something. But I do think she would be able to kill him, because she can keep her distance between them, because from what we've seen, her arm actually, like, her vampire arm actually extends out, like, really far. So she could keep the distance and just crush him, because we don't know her true strength yet. And likely never will, because Hellsing the Dawn was canceled. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yeah. Her reach was implied by the end of Hellsing X, because she was basically wrapped around the entire Hellsing building. Like their headquarters, she was basically wrapped around the entirety of that. So I'd say she could keep her distance between her and Deku. And he's kind of useless without his fist, at least I think. I know he does have the whip ability. Alright, now it's time for Anderson. So the reason Anderson is higher is because he is much more experienced, and the Nail of Helena, which we'll get to in a minute. Anderson has been killing ghouls and unholy creatures a lot longer than Ceres, as Ceres was just a mere police girl before she fucking got shot through the chest, and Alucard was like, hey, so you're gonna be a vampire now. You start work tonight, by the way. But yeah, he's been doing that shit for a lot longer, and he has a bunch of enhancements made to him, basically turning him into a super soldier. But he is a much more close-range fighter, so, you know, Deku's main attack being his fucking fists are going to be a much bigger problem. But this is where the Nail of Helena comes in. The Nail of Helena is one of the nails in both Hellsing canon and real life that was used to crucify Jesus Christ. And in Hellsing, Anderson uses one of these nails to stab himself in the heart and become a monster of God. That is literally what it is called. I don't suggest trying this in real life, though. You'll probably get, like, holy cancer and die really fast or something like that. But yeah, a monster of God is a monster with thousands of tendrils of thorns. Like, you know the stems of a rose plant? Yeah, like, imagine that times a gazillion or something like that. We don't really see the full extent to it before it starts destroying Alucard and tearing him from the inside out. But yeah, speaking of that, in Hellsing, it became a huge problem to the point where he was able to temporarily put down Alucard. So it's safe to say that Anderson is giving Deku a very painful death, which is actually kind of sad to think about, because he's like 16 now, which, you know, that's kind of brutal. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the part that you've all been waiting for. It is the part where I glaze the ever-loving fuck out of Alucard. Alright, so let me just be blunt here. There's not a fucking chance in the universe where Deku gets past Alucard. Because Alucard is broken as shit. Like, not only does Alucard have super regeneration from having 30 million souls in his body, but he's also got his, the fucking, hold on, let me look up how to pronounce it. Because he's got the Jackal, which is specifically designed to kill vampires, and Anderson. But he's also got the Arms Cowl, which is Kazul? Is that how you say that? An Arms Kazul? Or however the fuck you say it. Yeah, he's got his two guns, you know, he's got his little girl form, which was purely made so that way he could just humiliate the fuck out of the Nazis. because Alucard's a sadist like that. But yeah, he's got super regeneration, he's got his guns, he's got the ability to summon Bakersville, a giant fucking dog head that destroys everything in its path. He has that sea of ghouls and zombies, which are the 30 million people that he's killed over like hundreds and thousands of years. He's got the ability to read and control minds. He's got intangibility, which lets him, walk through walls, and he is immune to the sun, meaning that Deku could probably be fighting him all day and night, and Alucard still wouldn't be tired. So yeah, it's safe to say that Deku's not even beating him. But say Deku lands a lucky shot or whatever. If we're being generous here, which we honestly are, but like say he lands a lucky shot and gets his heart. Well, that hasn't stopped Alucard before. He's literally fucking died. Actually, I think it was Schrodinger that killed him. I'm not sure, but let's say he gets a lucky shot, right? Well, if we're going off of current Hellsing timeline, like where the series ended, Schrodinger Alucard is another fucking thing that we're not even gonna get into because it's not even really relevant. But yeah, that's just a whole nother level of broken. So yeah, Deku not getting past Alucard. It's safe to say that much. All right, I think I've glazed Hellsing enough. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go brainstorm my next video idea. Maybe I should bully my hero more. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I think I'm gonna glaze Chainsaw Man next.